Hello, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's Wargame World. Well, we're ready to start Bunker Hill, and I highly doubt I'll finish this Tuesday night, May 20th, but we'll get in a turn or two maybe, and then tomorrow night, hopefully we'll finish it. I'm using the Order of Battle from Little Wars, Bunker Hill Orders of Battle from their Live Free Die or Die rule book and scenario book. And we are using Donald Featherstone rules. I will go over the rules and then I'll show you the troops really fast. So here we go. American Rev War rules. You're rolling a d6 per base. Ranges are 12 and 24 for muskets, 4 dice for a gun. And then we have 2d6, and you got to roll that number or higher. So militia is a 7. Each time you lose a base, that number goes up 1. Leaders die when a base is removed on a 2 or a 12 on 2d6. And there's our melee numbers. All right, enough of that. Let's just review our troops. I'm going to start on the British side. Okay, on the far right flank, we have General Howe with a total of 4 regiments at 4 bases each. My rule system is using the 4 bases. And then we have our 2 artillery pieces. Our next section, the middle, and here we are. And this is commanded by Pigot's Brigade, and it's just these 2 units. And then let's move down here. And then we have General Clinton. And here he is. Okay. All 54 millimeter. Jim Shaw painted some of these. Mike Priest, famous author and historian, John Mike Priest. So that's our British line. Okay. We'll pause the camera here. Okay, for our Americans, we have 1 unit, 2 in one building, 1 in there, 1 in there. And then we have a reserve unit in the back. And that is Garish's Massachusetts militia. All right, so that's what we have there. Here we are. Okay, here we are in the redoubt. We have Warren and Prescott here. Okay, somewhere in there I have Dr. Warren, and there's Prescott. Okay, and then of course we have 1, 2, 3 units here, and then our artillery piece in a really cool redoubt. Okay, and by the way, I had somebody say the view from the redoubt is very cool. And there we go. By the way, the fencing is all old Marks fencing. Let's go check out the left flank. Okay, over here we have General Stark. There he is. And he's got two units there. And then there's 1 more here. All right, the order of battle is not perfect, but it's pretty close. By the way, everyone is American are graded a 7 for militia. The British are graded, I have a couple units that have brown pipe cleaners in it on them. See that right there? There's a brown pipe cleaner. So their morale is a 5. They're elite. The rest of the line is all veteran. So they're a 6. Okay, well, in our rules, we're going to just start playing. And both sides roll a d6 for high die who goes first, and the Americans move first. All right. So the only thing I might move is I might move those guys up. They move 9 inches. Okay. So we're going to just bring them up here to guard the redoubt's flank. There we go. And I look around, everything else is in good position for defense. So we'll go ahead and for turn one, I'm going to go ahead and move everything and let the camera go. And then I'll come back to you and change the angle when I get to the next brigade. All right. So we're going to advance the first. There we go. And of course, we will attach Howe to the 2nd Regiment, which is elite. The first two here are elite. And I never did find my light infantry, by the way. It's somewhere, and I'm also missing a box of militia. But I'm going to start cleaning the war game room again and get it organized. And I took about 20 tubs out to the RV to take to Virginia this weekend. So, and there's General Howe. Our artillery battery is going to be firing up on the hill. Okay. So, let's check out the next brigade. There we go. We will advance. Nine inches, get them right to the fence line. And this is Piggott. And this unit here and this unit back here, they're both elite. Okay. That's our 2nd brigade is moved up. And then the big Clinton brigade. By the way, I decided on no background music and no sound effects. I've had some people say when I do the background music or the sound effects, it muffles the narration at times. And then with sound music, there's Clinton. With music, I get nailed for copyright. So we're going to wheel this unit like that to go after the buildings. All right. So, like so. So that's how we look for our turn one movement. All right, everybody. Americans will fire first. It is simultaneous. And if you're wondering, the big red die in the background, that's our turn counter. So we're on turn one. So we're going to fire our artillery pieces first, which is the Americans. And let's see here. We're going to lob a shell out to there at 41 inches. And we get 4 dice. 6 is to hit. We got 1 hit. All right. So we lob the shell, or a solid ball really. We hit this unit here. So put out a morale marker and a wound marker, and for the casualty, we won't put that on the base until the end of the turn. All right, our artillery is fired. Now I'm going to do our muskets and start off right here with our, we got 3 bases in range. Muskets need 6s, and we got 2 hits. So that's pretty good shooting. Okay, so our militia in the buildings have scored two hits. So they're getting ready to lose a base already. All right. We have no other American firing. Everything is, I think, out of range. I'll go way over there. And let's see if we are in range for that wall where Stark is. I don't think we are. That's much more than 24. But we'll check. Yep. Okay. And okay, the British guns. I'm going to roll the die here. So we have the British guns there. Well, I'm going to fire at the Redoubt. And they're at maximum range. 4 dice. And need 6s. And because they're in a Redoubt, it takes 2 hits to cause. And all it does is cause a morale check. It's not enough to cause damage. But we'll put a morale marker there. Okay. As far as musketry fire, we'll change our angle. And okay, now they're in cover. We got 4 bases. And we rolled 1 hit. But it needs 2 because they're in cover. So all they get is a morale marker. Okay. And that's it for the moment. But I do know that Kevin, I know Kevin would say, how come you're not putting a little bit of smoke out there? So you know what? We'll put a little bit of smoke out here. I'll get the big bag of smoke. So there we go. Does everyone like the look of smoke? I know some people say it makes it look cooler, and other people say it clogs things up. What's your opinion? Leave a comment. Ronald McDonald over in England. What do you think about smoke? And George, New Jersey, and of course Sheriff John. I'm putting smoke all around the table, everyone. So we got smoke there. We got smoke on that cannon. And we put puffs of smoke on the 2 guns there. What do you think of that? Pretty cool. We'll pause the camera here. Okay, let's resolve our morale checks because we have no melees. We have this unit here. They got to roll 7 or higher. And they rolled barely a 7. So this unit has passed. Okay. Now I lost track of my militia unit. I apologize, everyone. All right. This militia unit has to roll a 7. And they rolled a 9. Okay. Now the only other morale check we have is right there. That forward unit. And they're a 6 or higher. And they rolled a 7. And we're going to put our 3 casualty markers at the end of the line. And that completes turn 1, believe it or not. Okay. So turn 1 of Bunker Hill is completed. All right, everybody. It's 8:30 at night. I have the turn marker at turn 2. It'll be after 9 when I complete another turn. So I'm going to just stop at turn 1. Going to upload this video, and then tomorrow we will finish the game. I figure 8 turns. I did the math to get to the Redoubt, We'll see what happens. Okay. Um, my militia are a 7. I'm actually wondering if they should be more like an 8. And of course, this video is helping to support Braddock's Battlefield History Center. And stay safe, be kind, be courteous. Please like and subscribe and help me raise money for these historic sites. And stay safe, be kind, be courteous. And as Kevin would say, be true to your school.